It's not funny. I've certainly I could fill up all the rivers on this planet with tears because I've certainly cried enough of them for what happened here. Okay, there are no words in any language of DNA throughout any universe in which creation is taking place that will ever be adequate to describe what it means to lose that many fractures of souls. It's just not possible. That's why, as a child, I realized this isn't possible. Not when you know that it starts with what love is. Love doesn't work backwards in time. Love has always been. So that's the whole point, is that they don't want you to love what it is that you are, which is why they present everything that they do to us as a mirror, which is dead light. Okay. So that's why, as a child, you got to know your mirror. Okay. Otherwise, you're swapping mirrors. And that's precisely what they go after. It's to break your heart, break your soul, break your spirit connection. You're gone. Okay? That's why it's all hands on deck. So anybody knows that's ever been around a campfire, what does a fire do? Burns it up. It's gone. Now you don't got to put it in a landfill. Right? Calcification is what it is. And so that's how we get rid of things that do what they do, because fire is the ultimate weapon. But I don't think of it in terms of a weapon. We think of it in terms of cleansing, spiritual cleansing, which means the light is that pure because the fire that is in that light is that pure. That's source light. That's my light. Okay? It's on fire. Right? So we know how to light ourselves on fire. Get rid of all the goo codes that are holding us captive. That's a no-no. Okay? Those are the collars and leashes and cages they put our children in. So I read the other day that now they become the hunted. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's with a lot of fire, by the way. So this is like the real D-Day. D-Wave. The real D-Day. 1944. What is that, a 9? Sector 9. Sector 9. Number 9, number 9, number 3, number 1. That's the breath of living spirit. That's aloha. That's what love is. That's the purity of the love that lives in my heart for all of you, which is the all creation. So the reason I put this one up is addressed to Mr. Glenn Beck, former Fox News contributor with Bill O'Reilly, like O'Reilly Auto Parts. A computer box with an idiot light that'll tell you what's wrong with the codes, the wiring codes, right? So the episode that Glenn is looking at this morning, and to his credit, is exposing the Vatican, the Vatican. And so this is where the translation, because of all the religious API programming interface, and I certainly tried to address that because of how I translated it as a child. So what's happening here, because I just experienced it. So I'm translating the observation, the observer observing the observed. So I translate the language, right, of alphanumerical formatting, in which he mentions we're not bashing Catholics. They have to be very careful about that, because otherwise they will tune you out. That's called the art of communication. You got to hold their attention. So they get the rest of the data. So they get the rest of the formatting math codes of what's being translated through the language of DNA they can thus properly translate what's happening by virtue of those that are communicating what they believe is happening, because they're expressing that communication to us. So on the one hand, you could say, whoa, they're exposing the Vatican. They're not as friendly as you might ordinarily think, because this guy talks about the Catholic and the New Testament and the Old Testament and the Lord. Remember, where is it? And I forget what chapter it's in. I shall have no other gods before me. I'm a jealous God. Ooh, really? There's a clue. The Sith Lords, right? So in this particular case, there is a key word here called Mass. Black Mass Friday. Mass. Because he said to Glenn Beck, listen, this isn't Vatican bashing. I still go to Mass. Oh, you still go to Mass? Well, aren't you Mass? What's Mass? The way to your reality. A gram? Like the Grammys? The Oscars? Nobel Prizes? Oh, you got no sound? Really? I know, it's bad. Okay. I've been dealing with this since I was a little kid. An exceptionally excited little kid. So it's just like, you know how it is. You can get misinterpreted if the light starts exposing all this stuff because you're an outlier. Now they're looking at you. Who's this? And why would they do that? All the programming. You're exposing all their programming because you're not running their programs. Okay? So the programming is based on the weight of the mass of the programs. In order to do what? Feed on our soul's energy, because they fell in spirit. So now they increase the mass. And what does that do? Slows the speed down. So they can feed on more of what we are, so we can experience more of what they are. Different mirrors. Right? Compression, expansion, breathing in and out, baby. The breath of aloha is what love is. That's a flower. I wear a flower. I wear a flower. I wear the flower crown of a goddess in my heart. She gave me this heart to love all of you with. When you are what love is, when I am what love is, on fire, it is in that light that has that much live to give forever in all ways. So there is no broken arrows. You're at the center point of every star, of every galaxy. It is in balance, because atoms, as in Adam and Eve, seek to be in balance with each other. Perfect balance, so we are joined as one to be in love with each other forever, so we're never separated from each other, from the all creation we are giving love to forever. That's a musician that's on fire. Yeah. Losing speed, gaining speed. Losing speed, gaining speed. Mass. The weight of the particle. The weight of the matter. The subject matter. Quantum, matter. The sub, like in Subway sandwich. It's all coded. That's why I love that movie with Roddy Piper. It's alive. Shelley's Frankenstein. It's alive. We got a live wire. A live wire. Hey, we got a live one over here. Yeah, that's called a real one. A real one. The law of one. A real one. Real living life that's on fire. That's what it is. We're on fire. Have a great day. We love you all.